Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday night. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. If we have anybody on the chat, we appreciate your service. Thank you guys so much. And again, we're doing a special Monday night live, Michael. And look, who is this guy over here? Yeah, who is that? What's happened to his face? He looks like a little boy over there without that beard. Michael, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. As you know, I've been the last week. I've had pneumonia, so I've been laid up in the house. So
Yeah, yeah, I know, Michael, and I felt so bad for you. Of course, most of you guys know I've been battling a knee issue, so I haven't been able to really get out that much. I did just put up a video about 30 minutes ago, so would appreciate it if any of you guys can go over there and check that video out. I would greatly appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up and a like, and that'll help out with the algorithm. Go over there and leave a comment too, as we're going to be pulling for our giveaway tonight. So definitely go over there and do that. Yeah, he does look like a new man, doesn't he? Yeah, that's everybody. I like it. I like that look. Got that goatee going on. So we're super excited that Michael was able to make it tonight. We put off last night because he still was feeling under the weather. My knee was a little bit sore yesterday, and I had done a lot of stuff on Saturday with my wife, and so yeah, so we both were sort of wore out, and we decided we would do a special Veterans Day live stream with you guys. And yeah, they said, Digging Dude said, who is that other dude? Yeah, yeah. Hey,
you like that star, Chris? I put
Chris
that
said
up
he
there for
likes.
you.
Yeah, he said he likes that star. He said it'll offset my Gamecock back there in the background. So, Michael, we got a bunch of people piling in here tonight, and again, guys, we appreciate y'all so much for being here, and thank y'all for your understanding for us not being here last night. But we're here tonight, and hopefully, we're going to be able to get back on our regular Friday routine, which is coming. And I've got a break coming up real soon, so hopefully I can get some more content out for you guys coming up. And my knee is on the mend, so hopefully we're gonna have some stuff for you guys coming in the near future. So, Michael, let's start with our shout outs as always, and we got a big crowd in here. First off, we got Mr. Keegan is in the house. Glad to have Keegan. Old Pelon is here with us tonight, Michael. Always super excited to have him. We've got Mr. Chris in the house. He says, hello, old Pelon, and hello, Michael. We appreciate Chris being here. We've got Trevor Van Horn is in the house with us. Glad to have Trevor. Mr. Danny N is in the house. Detect Dig Smile is with us tonight. Appreciate him. Go check out his channel. I know he's got a YouTube channel over there that he puts up a good bit of content too. So glad to have Detect Dig in here. Mr. Dig and Daryl, and prayers for Daryl. He just got back surgery this past week, and he's at home recovering. And we're wishing Daryl.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, we're wishing Daryl the best, and hope he is on the mend, and hopefully he'll be out detecting real soon in the near future. So we appreciate Daryl.
So we will.
Being here with us tonight. Workman's Adventure, we appreciate him being here. He says, good evening, everyone. Let's see, I'm going down the list here, Michael. Mr. Doug Atkins is in the house. Glad to have Doug. Appreciate you, Doug, being here. LC Hunt is in here with us. Glad to have LC. He says hello, and thanks to all the veterans in the crowd. We appreciate LC so much. We got Mr. Digging Dude in the house saying hello from New York. Digging Dude, glad to have you as always. Great supporter of the channel. Mr. Edward G, he says, how is everyone tonight? Hope everyone was able to get out and detect some since the last show. I actually went out on Saturday. I'm going to show a couple of things here in just a few minutes, and you guys can let me know what you think. But we got Mr. Jack Filmy in the house. Glad to have Jack in here with us. We got Treasure Terrain. He says hello. Glad to have you here, Treasure Terrain. James Bazell is in the house with us tonight. Michael, always glad to have James. James, a great supporter of the channel. Mr. Ricky Bennett, he says, greetings, everyone, and happy Monday. Glad to have Ricky in here with us. Mr. Kerry Pope is in the house. Glad to have Kerry with us. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody, Michael. You let me know if I miss somebody. Mr. Gene Gilstrap's in here. Glad to have Gene. What's up, Gene? Hope you're doing good. We got Mr. Matt in the house, metal detecting Texas. He said, "What the heck, Michael? Without here?" Yeah, that's exactly what he said. That's what I said too. He looks like a different person. Mr. Don't Tread on Me, metal detecting. He says, "Happy Veterans Day, everyone." Glad to have metal. Glad to have Don't Tread on Me metal detecting. And Mr. Lance is in the house. Glad to have Lance with us. He says, "What up, guys? What's
What's up,
going
man?
on, Lance?" Metal detecting with the CZ Kid is in here with us. Glad to have him. Super excited that he has joined us tonight. We're going, trying to get through them all. Mr. Richard Pelkey is in the house. Glad to have Richard. What's up, Richard? Glad you're doing good. We got Zapper in the house. He said, dig that like button. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Detect Meister is in the house. Hello and good evening, everyone here from Ireland. We appreciate him being here with us, always here joining in on the show. And I think I've got everybody, Michael. We got 30 people in here. Hopefully it'll grow a little more. But we always appreciate each and every one of you for taking your time out of your evenings to join in with Michael and I just to talk some metal detecting stuff and so on. So
I'm glad you're doing well too, James. James Bazell had back surgery last week. He said he's doing well too.
Oh, I did
Glad
not
to hear
know
that,
James
James.
had back surgery. James, I hope you're doing good, buddy. We'll be wishing you a quick recovery, and hopefully you can get out and detect again real soon. Dwayne Cron said, "Who's the new guy in Michael's house?" There you go. I know his wife don't know who that strange man is sleeping in her bed. There we go. Yeah, we've between Michael and I, we've been the med unit, the med vac unit, I guess.
Yeah.
With both of us being hurt or sick. He's had a hurt ankle too, and now he's got this sickness going on. I'm still battling my knee, but I did manage to get out on Saturday, and I'm going to share a couple of things with you guys in just a few minutes. And I did have a find shared with me, and I'm going to share that in just a few minutes. But we're going to start off the show, Michael, talking a little bit about the XP Deus 2. We're going to start off with, and the question was on the thumbnail, if you looked at the thumbnail, was why the heck is the XP Deus 2 so good in iron? And of course, I think we've answered this question many times before on the show. But we're going to talk about that tonight. You guys can chime in, let us know what you think. My personal opinion is basically just all the settings, being able to adjust, having the higher frequencies, being able to, use the iron volume, being able to adjust the recovery speed, having all the different audio options to really pull those signals out of that iron. Michael, and I know you and I talked a good bit over the weekend, and we were talking about why the XP Deus 2, just to me, I just prefer it in the iron over the Manicore. And it's almost like I'm going back. It's like deja vu all over again when I had the Equinox and the XP Deus, the original XP Deus. And it's almost like you want to carry two machines all the time. And that's
Right.
see myself going more so lately, even though I love the Manicore and the Manicore does great in iron, but I just feel like the Deus 2 has an edge in that heavy iron that you just don't get with the MindLab machine. At least that's my personal opinion. Now, some of you may feel different, and that's fine. I mean, everybody's got their favorite machines and what they like to use. And again, I just think that the Deus 2 it just runs better in the iron. And who knows what we're going to see when we get this new HF coil, and maybe that is another game changer in the iron as well. What do you think, Michael? If you had to pick out why you think the Deus 2 is the best machine in iron, what would you say about that?
Well, I think CZ Kid is onto it. He said recovery and swing speed. And
Yeah,
that swing speed, you can swing that machine even in the iron,
yeah,
faster than you can most any other machine, and still, pick out the good signal with that audio. Um,
yeah,
and I think that's the key to it. You got your reactivity, silencer, you know, and that good audio, especially if you're running full tones, and with adjustable full tones where you can kind of enhance that signal in the iron. It's deadly in the
yeah.
iron.
It is, and and you and I, and I've got all those machines back there, but I've used all of them in heavy iron, but there just isn't another machine right now that can compare to it when you get into a trashy area. It's just not going to happen, Michael. And like I said, I like the MindLab Manicore, and it does great in the iron, but it just doesn't have that extra little to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I don't think you're going to be outgunned with either one of those machines,
no, no, no. We're
but
not. We're not saying that. I think. I mean, and we've said this a few times on here. These machines have come so far over the really to me over the last 3 or 4 years that any of them will hunt in the iron. But if you just want that little bit extra, I just feel like the Deus 2 has that little bit extra in the iron. Now, I love the Manicore out in the field, and I love hunting with it in iron. You've seen me pick targets out. I love the screen. I mean, I know you've done it too, and it's just interesting when I use both of those machines. And every time I go back to a site, it's good to be able to use both of those machines because, again, as good as the Deus 2 is in iron, there may be just that something missing, or you didn't swing the right way, or you didn't quite hear that audio the way that you might have heard it with the Manicore. That's when you start to see some of those differences between the two machines. And of course, both of us being heavy users of both of those machines, um, I see it, and I've seen it more recently than in the last few months as I've gone back to these spots and started running the different size coils, running the different programs. But of course, the sweeper program has just been so good to me, and it was good to me again on Saturday too. And we're going to share some of those finds in just a minute. But it is just, it's just a monster in the iron. It just is, and I don't know any other way to put it. But I cannot wait to see what XP is coming up with this HF coil, Michael, because I just got a feeling that that's going to enhance those signals even more. And what kind of update we get with this new coil is going to be really interesting too, to see which programs actually are going to be the ones that are going to benefit from this new coil. What do you think as far as the programs? Do you think we're still going to be using sensitive full tones as much, or do you think we're going to end up going with something else once this new coil comes out?
that's probably going to be the first program that I try with that
Right.
coil. But I mean, it'll be something I have to test. Um, I don't see why it wouldn't be great in sensitive full tones, like the other coils, but be something we'll have to take a look at for sure. And Lance was asking why did Gary leave XP? I don't think Gary has left. He
Yeah.
just on his channel, he just kind of branching out and trying different machines. And
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
that's kind of his own channel, right,
Yeah,
Ryan?
I think if you look at what Gary's done, of course he's still an XP guy. He's going to be using the
Right,
XP machine, but of course he's got the Skill School channel, which is not strictly XP products.
right.
So I think he's just sort of doing some of those other things. sort of like the way I do. I just go out and I love using machines, and I love being able to use those other machines and test those other machines out and see what they do for me in my area. And I think Gary's sort of doing the same thing. He's not getting locked in maybe as much, but he hasn't left XP as far as I know, and I haven't heard anybody say anything different. So I
Right.
look for him
He you know, he
continuing to
tests a
rush.
lot of things on that channel, like the electric bikes and what was it he had on there? It wasn't too long ago, but he tests different things besides just metal detectors on there as well. So he kind of likes to branch out and do different things. So
Right, right. And there's some great comments coming through. There's some people leaving some stuff on here. Don't tread on me says he thinks that they're gonna, and don't tread on me might be right. They could be releasing more than one coal. Now I haven't been told that, but you and I've been speculating that too for a
right,
while. And it'll be interesting to see what happens come soon. Hopefully, really soon is what I'm hoping for. Um, Somebody said the Deus won. I can't remember where. Yeah, Zapper. Zapper says the Deus won and the 6x9 HF coil. It is. It's hard to beat. I used it
right.
on this side as well. You guys got to see some of that. But yeah, that HF coil was just dynamite. That was my go-to machine.
And
For
that that
long.
9 inch round HF coil, it's awesome coil too for relic hunting. I used it um, probably 75% of the time with the
Right,
Deus one, the
right.
white 9 inch HF coil.
Yeah, I love that white 9 inch HF coil for the Deus too. Digging Dude says, I have all I need with the XP Deus 2. He's got 3 coils. Great.
Yeah,
And then he's got those Nexus machines. And he tends to like those Nexus machines. And looks like those things do pretty well in some
right.
situations for sure. Zapper says, we will see how the 9 inch does on the Deus 2 in a couple of days. Yeah, you'll love that 9 inch coil. Zapper. That's always been my go-to coil. I love the 11 inch. I like the 13 inch out on the beach with the WS6 setup on the Deus 2. But that 9 inch coil, it's just a hard coil to beat. And here's the other thing: the 9 inch coil on the Manicore is a hard one to beat too. They're
Right.
both excellent size coils. The 9 inch coil to me is my favorite size coil. Um,
I agree with you. I like the 9 inch. If I had to choose, one coil to cover everything, I'd go with that 9 inch.
well, Michael, and I could be wrong on this. You got these elliptical coils, the 5x9s and the 5x8s, and the 6 inch coils, those types of coils. But I just don't think you get I think your chances of actually unmasking might be better with that round coil on both of
Right.
those machines with the Manicore and the Deus 2 versus that elliptical shape. I think it gives you a little better coverage as well as a little bit more unmasking capability. Whereas you got to have a laser beam on on the smaller coils, the six by
Right.
nine and the 5x9s and so on, or 5x8s. All of those coils are going to be, they're just the sweet spot on them is really small. But I really love the 9 inch round, and that's the
Yeah.
coil that I love using for sure. Yeah, Zapper says it's real potent with the 11. Um, Digging Dude says great that Gary isn't locked into XP. Gary, and I've talked to Gary a couple of times on the phone. I message him from time to time, and I had him on here, and I'm gonna try to get him back on sometime in the near future. Maybe once they release this coil, I might try to get him to come on with me as well. But anyway, Gary loves machines. He loves talking machines. He loves talking tech, and he's a jack of all trades. If you didn't know that about Gary, and just a super, super, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Really is. I really enjoyed my time with him back during the summer. So I'm looking forward, and hopefully, maybe in the near future, maybe I'll be able to actually go over to Europe and meet Gary, which I'm hoping that's going to happen. LC Hunt says XP has those great adjustable audio options that can be fine tuned to both better ID the iron and alert you to non ferrous targets as well. so true. All of that is so true. Doug Atkins says, "Who let the monkeys out, Michael?" Yeah, we got a
Yeah,
monkey.
we've been talking about that. Yeah.
We got a monkey problem going on down here in South Carolina. The monkeys got out down in Beaufort. People
Brian
keep
found a gun that shoots a net out. We were thinking about getting that and go rounding some monkeys up.
trying to see if we can catch the monkeys for them. Zapper says that he also bought a MindLab Xterra Elite. That's a great machine, Zapper.
Yeah.
I like that machine for the price range and for all you get with that machine. It's a good one for sure. Let's see here. Detective Smile says he hopes the HF coil is under his Christmas tree. I hope so too. I hope so for everybody. Yeah, Zapper says that it's a little bit slow compared to the XP machines. Well, again, it's also $500-600 cheaper than the XP machine. And again,
Right.
you get what you pay for in a lot of cases. So again, the XP machine, the Deus 2 is just hard to beat for sure. Mark, the senile detector, says, "Hi, Brian and Michael. Glad to have you in here with us
Hey,
tonight."
Mark.
Greeny Meanie says, "I'll be shocked." So Garrett shot me with the diving video with the vortex. Yeah, you know, and the funny thing was, Michael and I had this conversation right after we had Steve Moore on here from Garrett. And we had that conversation going, I wonder what's going to happen when they take that thing under the water. Is it going to leak? Because what was it we were looking at, Michael, where you screw it in?
The plug on the
Yeah,
back
the plug.
of the control to
Yeah.
charge it.
We had talked, you and I had talked about that, and but here they go. So they showed a diving video with the vortex, which looked to be really cool, didn't it, Michael?
Yeah, well, I think Steve answered that. Didn't he say that it was actually sealed even if the plug was in it, or
Yeah,
you know, if you didn't have it in there, right?
yeah, I believe so. So Steve has already, I mean, well, look, he stuck to his guns and he went out there and showed them diving. Also, too, I am talking with Steve right now to try to get him back on before the release of the Vortex. So I'm hoping that he'll come back on with us and we can ask him some more questions and maybe he can reveal some more information about the Vortex as it's getting closer and closer to its release. I think that would be great if he came on here, and we would love to have him on here to talk to you guys about the Vortex and their plans moving forward, and hopefully that's going to happen really, really soon. Digging Dude says, "I keep hearing so much about the 9-inch Manicore coil combo is awesome. I'm so tempted to get it. I still think that Rudis might be my next." Well, we might be able to get you hooked up with a Rudis, Digging Dude, before this is over with. So I've
But
got
that 9-inch Manicore coil is great. That's the best coil for that machine, in my opinion.
Yeah. When Michael and I first got ours, we took it out right after we got it. Remember, Michael? And we just waylaid out at that site, just digging all kinds of stuff with that 9-inch coil on the Manicore. But it's a great coil. It's a great combination. I think it's great for in the water too because of the design of it. So if you're going to hunt in the water a little bit, you don't have all that drag with it because it's really thin and just does a great job. Matt L wants to know, is there any news on the Nocta PI machine? Nocta has been quiet, which makes me think they're really up to something because
they're unusually quiet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from them for probably about 2 months, but of course I've been real busy, and as soon as my season gets over with, which should be in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna try to reach out to them and see about getting some more information about that PI machine and see what's going on there. Patrick's in here. He says, "Hey guys, sorry I've been absent, but I've been helping out." Oh, good for you, Patrick. Well, we appreciate you being here tonight, buddy. Thank you. And thank you for helping out at the VFW. Detector 2 Guns is in here with us tonight. He says, "Florida is in the house. Glad to have you, Detector 2 Guns. Appreciate you being here." Patrick says, "Michael, nice trim." There you go.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah. Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you, Workman's Adventure. Please hit that like button. It helps out with the algorithm. And go check out my latest video too. I would greatly appreciate that, as I'm trying to gain some traction heading into Christmas. And hopefully I'm gonna have some great news and things coming to you guys as we get closer and closer to St. Nicholas coming. How about that?
Yeah.
Trevor Van Horn says, I like my 9-inch on Manicore. Have the 11 and 8. Don't see the reason to buy the 15 yet. 9-inch seems to do what I want it to do.
Yeah.
That's
It
me
does.
too. I mean, Michael and I have constantly said, I don't even know that I even want to take the 9-inch off of that machine. And
Right.
I've got the 5x8, I've got the 15, I've got the 11, and I have the 9. I've got those 4 coils. And, and I've used all of them, but the 9 is my favorite. And, that's just a heck of a deal. And by the way, since we're talking about machines, that machine is on sale for $11.99 right now. So if you are interested in a Manicore, now's the time to jump on it while it's $11.99. Now that's just the 11-inch coil. You don't get the extra coils or any of that kind of stuff. But for $11.99, that's a heck of a price on that machine. So yeah, it's a good deal. I've got. Let me see here if I can pull this up. Yeah, you can reach out to Joel if you would like. If you are interested at Metal Detecting Buy, Sell, and Trade, you can scan the QR code. He's got those on sale right now for $11.99. Just let him know that Southern Relic Adventure sent you, even though we hadn't seen Joel in a while. I hope everything's fine with him.
Yeah, I
But
haven't heard anything from Joel lately.
again, check out his website. It's right there. You can scan the QR code if you got your phone. The link should be showing up over on the side in the chat as well. But $11.99 for the Manicore right now is a heck of a deal. So definitely you might want to jump on that if you are in the market for a Manicore. Nocta is also running some specials since we're talking about that. They've got some packages with the Legend and the double score and triple score where I believe you get a pouch, you get a pinpointer, and some other goodies with it. So Nocta's also got some great end of the year specials that you guys can check out, and Joel can get you hooked up with any of that as well. Just let him know that I sent you and you're coming from Southern Relic Adventures. And, I don't know, he may help you out a little bit. So anyway,
I'm sure some of these companies will have some deals coming around Thanksgiving, kind of Black Friday deal. So
yeah,
if you're looking for a machine, be on the lookout for those
yeah, I
deals.
think so. I think so too. I think we're going to see a lot of these places having that kind of stuff going on. XP backpack. I love the 280 backpack. For you guys getting ready to go out in the woods, you want to pack all your gear up. You can get that for $149, but it is an awesome backpack. And I know I've shown it on here quite a few times. I even got a video up on my channel about it. But again, a great Christmas gift for those looking for a Christmas gift. The XP Metal Detector backpack there for $149. And some of you have been asking me about the ear cuffs that I have on my WSA headphones. And here they are right here that you can put on them to make them a little more snug on your ears if you're interested in those. I like those. Michael's got them on his. $11. I mean, for $11, it's a pretty good deal for $11. And then the final thing, since we're talking about accessories and things for your machine, are the XP metal detectors, WSA2 XLs, with it getting cooler, and you're going to be outside and you want to keep your ears a little bit warmer. The XL WSA2 XLs are a great pair of headphones to get as well.
Right.
And
They are in the wintertime.
if you click on any of these links, these are from my Amazon store. So I do make commission. I have to say that. But these are things that I use and I don't mind recommending them. But I do get a very small percentage off of Amazon for all of these things. So those are just a couple of things I wanted to share as we're getting closer to the holidays. And I know a lot of us have got some big wishes on our wish list, and we're all hoping for that HF coil as well. So again, check those XL2 WSA2 XL headphones out. They'll keep your ears nice and warm, and they're good noise canceling as well. If you're out on the beach or you're in a noisy area, they work really, really well. And then you can adjust that equalizer too on your dais too. Really hone in with those XLs as well. So just a couple of things I wanted to share with you
Hey,
guys.
Surfside Dan, thanks.
What did Surfside Dan say?
He said looking good.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the chat, Michael.
He said he was a little late. He just
yeah.
got in here.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people said Michael said the beard looks great. Look at it. I told you. And hey, digging there. Here's the thing, digging dude. I told him exactly that. He looks so much younger.
I wish I could. I really do. I wish I could go back and play.
Yeah. Trevor Van Horn says that's a really good deal with 11-inch coil. Yeah, hit Joel up, get that 11-inch coil for the Manicore, and $11.99 for that machine right now. That's a heck of a deal on the Manicore.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Joel also sells the 9-inch coils as well. He does, definitely. You can definitely get hooked up there. Greeny Meanie says, is he a no tax state? I don't know. I think he is, isn't he, Michael? Does he charge that?
I think no, I don't think he charges tax.
Yeah, I don't know. Detect Dig Smile says, yeah, Metal Detecting Buy Selling Trade is a great person to deal with. He is. He's been good to us. Surfside Dan says he's late, but we appreciate Surfside Dan being here. Appreciate you so much. Digging Dude says he loves his XP backpack. Yes, and it can hold a lot. I can put all 3 of my XP coils in there with the shaft, remote, all the stuff that I want to carry as well. Yeah, great pack at a great price, right? So check those things out. Surfside Dan says you looking good, Michael. Detective Gun says yes, the XLs are the best. I like the XLs. A great pair of headphones. So yeah, Zapper said you got your ears lowered. So yeah, so Michael, we're all over the place tonight, but we also there was the other thing I wanted to talk about was how close are we to a lot of these releases? What do you think, Michael? I mean, you think we're going to see a lot of these products before Christmas?
I think so. I mean, I think it'd be in their best interest before Christmas, because that a lot of people would like to get that as a gift,
Yeah, and
So, I mean,
and here's my thing: if I was in marketing at either of any of these companies, I would just be, just hammering this stuff and just trying to get this stuff out. Especially these new things like the Garrett. Like if I was Garrett, I'd release that Vortex right after Thanksgiving. Boom, get that thing out there. If I was XP, I would release that HF coil right before Christmas. So people could have it shipped and sent and have it by Christmas.
Right.
I don't get. Sometimes I just don't get the thinking of these companies when it comes to that kind of stuff. But that's just me. I mean, what do you think?
Maybe that's their intention, and you know how things go. Sometimes it gets pushed back, and but I'm sure that they're all shooting for that, where people can get it around Christmas time as a gift.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's sometimes it's tough to do that, in this world. To get it out when you just get it out the best you can.
Oh wow. Well, I'm hoping that it comes out real soon. I'm hoping all of these things come out real soon. Surfside Dan says happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans, 101st Airborne. And
Happy Veterans Day, Dan.
Dan's a big time Army guy, so we're glad.
Oh yeah,
we're glad that Dan, and we appreciate Dan's service as well. James said the Amazon link didn't go through, so that one might be old. I'll try to check on that for you, James, as well. Greeny Meanie says, yeah, don't miss out on Don't want to miss Christmas and income tax. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Income tax. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. So hope the HF coil comes out before Christmas, only if it's tested and ready. Right. And like I said, I'm hoping, I'm just praying that XP has something in store for us in the coming weeks as we get closer and closer to the end of November, 1st of December. I'm hoping that we'll maybe start to see some things from them. But again, I don't know, guys. They've been pretty vague when I've asked them about it too, as well. So, again, we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. Don't tread on me says, yeah, Deus will never release a product until it's ready. That's true. They have never been caught in the trap that Garrett now finds themselves in. Right. Well, I can see it both ways. Like, I understand why Garrett might have wanted to release that machine earlier. I know that Nocta has done it. I know we do it all
Right.
the time with the cell phones. We get a cell phone, and what do? They start running updates on it. So I mean, I get it, but you don't want a negative connotation though with the machine either. So I get that part as well. So what would have happened if Garrett would have released that machine back in June or May, whenever they were supposedly going to release it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would there have been a lot of backlash about it, or would people have been willing to wait on the updates to come through? That's a good question. What do you think, Michael?
Well, it was, kind of the situation not to found themselves in with the ledge, and it took several updates, and that's a great machine now.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. But again, it took them a while, and I don't know if
right,
people really wanted to be that patient. We live in that society, where people want it now. They want it, immediately. And if it's
right,
not right, then there could have been some backlash on it. And, that might not have been good for Garrett. But again, and I've said this a bunch too, I think the people that were going to buy the Vortex were going to be people that were loyal Garrett users anyway. And I think they would have been happy
hmm
regardless. Don't you think so?
I think so. People that are used to using the AT Pro, AT Max, and that a lot of people, that's all they use, and I mean, they're good with them. So find a lot of good stuff, but.
Yeah.
And I think that's your target audience, and your newer people to metal detecting.
Right.
But there's so many good machines in that range nowadays too. So it's a tough decision now.
It is. It is a tough decision. And, these companies, I don't feel sorry for them, but I also realize that that's a hard thing to do, to know what's going to happen. I mean, I know they test, but a lot of times too, you really don't know until that thing gets out in the wild before you really
Right.
start to see some of the things that are going on. So there is Joel. Joel, hey, what's going on, buddy? We've been missing you. And
What's going on, Joe?
we just got through sharing your website and your web page, and there are a lot of people interested in the $11.99 price for the Manicore. I told them that you can get them hooked up for that Manicore. So definitely check Joel out. I'll put this up one more time for you guys that are interested. $11.99 for the Manicore. And maybe Joel can get you hooked up with a 9-inch coil to go along with that 11-inch coil too. If you buy the one at $11.99, he might be able to get you hooked up with that as well. So check Joel out. He'll do you right. He gets it to you fast and quick, friendly service, just a super guy to deal with. So check Joel out as always. Joel, we're getting closer to Christmas, buddy. So we got a lot of orders that are probably going to be coming your way, especially as some of these new products begin to debut. He says that XP is saying the beginning of 2025 for the coil, and it might be that. Yeah, they have not divulged too much to me over the last few weeks. So, but we're glad that Joel is here with us tonight as well. So again, we appreciate him. Detector Two Guns says, "Why is the vortex blue? Garrett has been green since the beginning of time." I don't know why they chose blue. We never asked that
I don't know
question,
either.
did you?
No, we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wondered the same thing myself.
Yeah, why did they choose blue? I don't know. And hey, if he comes back on here, maybe we can ask him that question. That's one we need to mark down because I think he is interested in coming back on maybe in December. So maybe I can get him hooked up and back on here. And maybe I can get D-Look and them to come back on too, and they can talk a little bit more about their Nocta machine and the PI machine. Edward G says, I think it hurt Nocta with the Legend at first. Right. And I agree. There were a lot
Yeah,
of naysayers with the Legend. Somebody brought up a point a few minutes ago. I think it was Metal Detecting with CZ Kid. He says the initial release of the XP S2 was a bit rocky, if he recalls. Well, it was, you know.
yeah,
We had a lot of problem with silent EMI when we first started with that machine. I mean, it would basically blind it so bad
right.
that if you had another machine around it, that was it. You basically lost everything. So it had that issue, and I remember version 6, and then version 7, and then 7.1, and then we got into the other was 1.10, and then eventually um, the others that came after 2.0, but and 1 as well. But yeah, I mean they're all, again, I think a lot of these companies, when they release these machines, they think they know, but they really don't know until those things get out in the wild. And we really become the testers. It's just like these phones. They
It's
rely,
exactly like that. Yeah,
yeah,
they even have the beta program like the
right,
phone
yeah.
does. You know.
They're relying on us to tell them what's wrong with the thing. I mean, you can only test so much, and sometimes these testers miss things. I mean, they just do. And we've all said this. Testing's great, but where the rubber meets the road is usually when you take it out in the field and start using it, that you see what some of these issues are going to be, what the
Well,
weaknesses are,
these
strengths are going to
well
be. So
these companies can't come up with every circumstance that we can. You know, I mean, around the world and even around the country here. You know, there's so many different situations that we're running these machines in and ground conditions, and it's just they're just basically one company testing in one area, unless they're traveling everywhere. And I know they
right.
do, but it's hard to cover everything.
Well, you and I have talked about this, Michael. It's great that we have people like here on YouTube that go out and they sort of show these tests, but they're in their backyard on the patio, or they've got a couple of targets buried. But it's just, I mean, it can tell you a little bit,
Right.
but again, you really learn that machine out in the
It can
field.
only go so far.
That's exactly right. And I understand why people do it. I just know that even with the companies, they've got some of the best engineers in the world. They've got
Right.
they've got those they've got test gardens and other things set up. But again, it really all boils down to once it gets out in the field and how those machines react and perform out in the field. But again, we don't know what's under the ground. That's why you do have to have controlled tests. I mean, we did it in school, we did it in college. You have these hypotheses about what these things are going to do, but you got to run it in a controlled setting to figure out exactly, or not exactly, but sort of get an idea of how it's going to perform or what it's going to do. And I think that's where we see these companies going with these machines. They test them to a certain extent, and then they release them, and then they make adjustments. Then they decide what those updates are going to need once they get reports back from people out in the field. And I know they'll send them out to a few people beforehand to try to get an idea, and they rely on some of that information. But even that information can be flawed. And Michael and I have seen that information be flawed as well, because there are so many variables that you're going to experience in different parts of the world, different areas in the United States, and so on, that it's hard to replicate some of that, testing it in your backyard or testing it, wherever. You got to really take it out in the field and sort of get an idea about what it's doing. So,
Right.
yeah. Metal 10 with CZ Kids says, "New year, new president, new Cole. Can't wait." That's
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Digga Dude says, "XPHF Cole for Valentine's Day." Oh, that would be a great Valentine's Day present for sure. Yes. Yes. Let's see here. Detective Smile says, "When I'm out pulling out half cents in a field with the day is to the rubber met the road." That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll say this too, and I know y'all have heard this before too. Fines do not dictate, how good a machine is. You got to learn how to use it. We've said that 100 times, and but again, you got to take it out in the field. You got to use it. You got to see how it responds, how it reacts. You can run tests till you're blue in the face, but again, ultimately, it comes down to how it performs out in the field. It's just that's just the way it is. Even car manufacturers. Go ahead, Michael.
And don't be scared to make adjustments out in the field.
Yeah, because I yeah, you and I can go out here and we can tell people, all the settings in the world to try, but ultimately it comes down to you, your site, and where you're hunting, what your soil's like. I mean, it's just so many variables that are out there for any of that stuff. So yes. Yeah, the Digging Dude says he shows real hunting with my Nexus machines on his channel. Yeah. You go hunt and you show what the machine's capable of. Again, we don't know what's underneath the ground when we're swinging these machines, but that's not the point. The point is that how does the machine respond to whatever the target is in the dirt? I dug something Saturday that had a big old piece of iron laying next to it. Now, I didn't know that until I popped it out of the ground. But that day is too identified that buckle laying next to that big old piece of iron. It was pretty impressive. So
yeah,
I love that. So let's see here. Yeah, that's correct.
there's old Johnny Bottles. We ain't heard from Johnny in a while.
What's going on? What's up, Johnny? Hope you're doing great, buddy. Glad to have you on here. Appreciate Johnny joining in with us. Edward G says that's correct. I've worked in testing products myself, and there's absolutely no way to test every single scenario a product can come across right. There's just so many variables. Yeah, it can give you an idea. That's why I said that's why these companies have testers, and that's why these companies have, testing people at their company. They go out, they test it, they try to come out with the best product that they can come out with based on the test that they're seeing. And then they release these things, and then they start making updates and modifications to it. That's just the way it works. It's no different than these,
Yeah.
Yeah, Digging Dude says any machine take time to learn. Right. Most people dig more cool finds with new machines because they end up digging more targets to learn the machine. That's so true. He's exactly right. You get a new machine, boy, you want to dig everything because you think everything's going to be the best machine ever. So Johnny Bottles says, I have one of your program settings saved on my machine. Well, thank you, Johnny Bottles. Hope you're enjoying it. And it's working well for you, buddy. We appreciate you. So that's good. Hopefully you've been able to get out too. Gary and the Goose is here. Gary N is here. He says, hey, guys. And Detective Smile says, hello, Johnny Bottles. So, Connor says that his channel's all set. He's got 9 new videos. All right, Connor. Joel says that he likes the Garrett Blues, something different than black.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. It's something different. It's definitely that.
Right. So, and again, all of us, when we get a machine, we go out, we test a little bit in our backyards, and then we take it out and hunt with it. But that's the best way to go about doing it. And these companies, they're going to release machines, and there's going to be updates. Um, I don't know what would have happened with the Garrett machine if they would have come out with it earlier. But that's an interesting topic to talk about. We saw what happened with the Legend, and they had to go through a lot of growing pains, to get that machine right. And now, I mean, look at it; it's done great. So kudos to Nocta, kudos to all these companies. They try to listen to their customers, and then they make adjustments. And if they do that, then that's the sign of a good company, a good manufacturer, or that is to me. So that is where I'm at on that. Zapper says, I have used the 6x9 HF coil on my ORX for a year. I just put it on my Deus One, and wow. Yeah, that coil is awesome. I love that coil. And I like the 9-inch HF coil too, for that machine. It's just XP is just amazing as far as what they do with their coils and what they do with their machines, especially in heavy iron. Matt says, I had the Manicore with 11, the M8 coil, 85 and 105 headphones. I need to sell so I can buy an XP Deus too. Make me an offer. I can't refuse.
Joel might be able to work with him on that.
Yeah, Joel might be able to help you out there, Metal Detecting Texas. So, yeah, really cool. Digging Dude told Joel, he said, I dug my $5 avatar with the XP Deus One doing the same thing. All right. So Fly Rock says that Digging Dude, he says, I dug a gold coin doing that. So I'm assuming he's talking about the other comment. Yeah. The digging more targets. Yeah. You dig all kinds of numbers that you're not used to digging. All of a sudden something comes out of there and it's great, like a gold coin for sure. Yes, the 9-inch HF coil. Yeah, that is an awesome coil for the Deus and the ORX. I mean, those coils are just super, super coils. So, well, Michael, what do you think? Do you think that you think this HF coil for the XP Deus 2? Do you think that sensitive full tones, and I know I asked you this earlier, you think that sensitive full tones is going to be the program, or are we back in that same situation like we were when 1.10 came out, where we find another program that really works well for hunting in heavy trash and heavy iron?
Well, it all depends on, what they change. I'm sure there's going to be an update released with
Yeah.
those coils and what they change as far as the update goes. Another question is, as far as the VDI, is it going to really increase the VDI, or are they going to, I know with the HF coils, it didn't have the, where was it, where you could normalize the VDI numbers with the
Right.
HF coils.
Right.
And I just wonder if it's going to be the same situation with these, or is it going to push the VDIs higher, even in a tighter window? I don't know. That's something we'll have to see how it works out.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Speaking of the Deus One, you remember the Deus One had a feature on it called TX Power. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, I mean it was great for finding deep coins, but it would eat that battery up. I mean, it was,
Yeah,
if you
right.
ran it pretty high.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day with the Manicore. The big thing with them was 50% more power. Remember all of that? And I wonder if we might see the reemergence of TX Power. Just a thought.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. And that was a feature that I used until I got the HF coil.
And ALC Hunt said can't normalize with multi-frequency. And he's probably right on that. I don't know enough about that, but that's probably sounds right. And
Yeah, and here's the other thing. You and I have talked about this too. Um, you know, the frequency shifts and when it selects a frequency,
The noise cancel where it's selecting the channel.
yeah, where it's
Yeah.
selecting the channels, and we noticed a little elevation in the ID, but we also noticed that the the sound, the audio, to me, the audio wasn't as clear as it should have been when you run in some of those certain channels. And I tried to
Right.
play around with a few of them just to see, and that was interesting too. So I'm just curious though, when the XP coil, the new coil comes out, what's going to happen with some of that stuff, and what's going to be the go-to program for relic hunting. As far as you and I go, we know that sensitive full tones and running it in full tones, running PWM, and all that is sort of our go-to thing right now. But I'm just wondering if something's really going to change with the new coil, and we end up going to another one. Because before this, remember, you and I both were using this 0.71. We were running deep high conductor, and we were running general, and those worked really well
Right.
on our sites. And then when we got this update, we ended up with sensitive full tones, because full tones before this last update just wasn't good. I mean, it really wasn't.
Right.
So I wonder if we're going to see some big improvements in some other areas with this next update and with these new coils. That's what I'm getting to.
It would be nice if they went back and took a look at those programs and because they're not what they were in 0.71, the
No,
general or deep high conductor. So
no,
yeah, I
and
would
they
like
don't
to see
even
them go
run.
back and take
They
a look
don't
at
even
it.
run the same. I've tried deep high conductor, multiple times, but it just doesn't unmask as good. And even
Right.
fast, fast was my go-to program too for a long time. Even fast doesn't operate the same as it did running 1.10 versus 0.71.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I'm real curious as to what happens there. Johnny Bottle says, "What about the coil stability, man? I've had problems with coils being loose and not staying stable. I bought aftermarket stability products, but none have worked properly." I haven't really had a problem with my coil. Have you, Michael?
I haven't either. Maybe you need to replace the washers, Johnny, every so
Yeah,
often.
or maybe he
If
doesn't
you
have
had,
he might have lost a washer, taking them on and
yeah,
off. That's probably what's happened, Johnny. You need to check that out, buddy, and let us know for sure. Edward G
that
says,
washer holds it pretty tight. Yeah.
I remember when XP Guy was on, they were improving the audio with the new team members to make it even better. The audio, yes, he said that. Philippe said that was going to be one of the main things. Audio was going to be the big thing that they were going to work on. I don't know how much better the audio can get, because I love the audio right now on the
Right.
Deus 2. So I
That's
don't know.
exciting. I'm glad they
It's
are
very
doing that.
exciting. Yeah, Joel says that the Deus 2 is going to be a beast in the iron with that new small coil. Nothing going to touch it for separation. I bet. I agree with you, Joel. I don't think anything is going to touch it, and I just think it's just going to be phenomenal, and I'm real excited about it. And I'm gonna stay on it. I'm gonna try to find out as much as I can about it for you guys. So right, Digging Dude says never get stuck just using one program. And I don't. I try to. Michael and I love using sensitive. I flipped over the other day and ran Park for a little bit, just to see how it would do. And then, of course, I believe not only in switching programs, but I believe in switching coils. So that tends to help too, and running different machines.
Well, even inside a program, you got so many settings, frequency,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, and,
there's
and
so
we
much to adjust there.
and
You can
we've said
try.
this. We've said this a few times. The Deus 2 is just it's a bunch of different machines all in one. If you think
Right.
about how you can change all the frequencies. You can go to a single frequency. You can dive with it. It's just the most versatile machine out there. And I think that's where its strong point is. And then you add in the factor that it's wireless, it's lightweight. You start adding in all those other things. And it's just, I don't know, Michael, it's just hard to beat. It's a hard machine to beat for sure.
Right.
CZ Kid says, I move around the programs with the XP too. It's very versatile, right? And again, it depends on your conditions and where you're hunting for a lot of those programs and how those programs are going to respond. And we've talked about that multiple times too. Run a different program, run a different coil, run a different if you have the option to go back and forth to a site. I think it just really works very, very well. So, Michael, let's before we get off of here, I wanted to share a couple of things with our viewers. And I don't know that she is on here, but anyway, I had a great find sent to me, and most of you guys know Aggie. Damien and Aggie are
I
on
hadn't
here.
seen Aggie tonight on
Yeah,
here.
I haven't seen her tonight either. So maybe she forgot, or maybe she's got something going on. But I do want to share a find. So she found a beautiful artillery button there. And I think me and Michael were talking about this. She throws a little bit of aluminum jelly on that thing. That thing
Yeah, a lot of gold gill.
Yeah, that thing probably cleans up really, really, really nice. And congratulations to Aggie. Hopefully she goes back and she sees that we shared her find. And I wanted to share a couple of my finds, Michael, from Saturday. And dug this nice, beautiful dandy button, which you see there. It had some beautiful design on it, $50 size, off of a site that I've walked multiple times. First time using the 9-inch coil on the Deus 2 on this site. And so I did get rewarded.
We've seen that design quite a bit on those Colonial buttons too,
Yeah, I found one just like
pattern.
Yeah, I found one just like it right down the road here from my house. So yeah, beautiful find. And then the other find that I got was this beautiful Colonial buckle. And it unfortunately was broken, or either I hit it with the shovel. I don't think I hit it, but I might have. But this was the one I was telling you guys about that was right by some iron. And it was just amazing that I even dug it. I mean, this place is just machine gun iron everywhere. You can't go through without getting a high pitch, beep in there because it's false.
Oh, Aggie's on here. She just chimed in.
Okay, good. Well, good. Well, I'm glad she's in here. Yes. She says she's itching to use the sweeper program on that site, right? Yeah, you better take that sweeper program over there. Yeah, thank you, Digging Dude. Yeah, it was a cool buckle. And again, I walked that site a ton, really honed in with the Deus 2, running the sweeper program. And it rewarded me very, very well. Yes, and those were two nice finds that I got on Saturday. I wasn't able to hunt long. My knee was just driving me crazy. I'd actually gone back to this property that I'd hunted back at the beginning of the year. And I said, I took my metal detector because I'd gone there to take care of some stuff for the gentleman that lives in that house. He wanted me to actually do some videoing for his daughter's wedding. And so I had videoed a bunch of stuff at their house. And so I said, well, I'm going out there. I'm just going to take my metal detector. And so I got out and started swinging for a couple hours. And I got rewarded with two beautiful Colonial finds.
Yeah, that's a great find. That's pretty buckle.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, CZ Kid. Appreciate you so much too, buddy. Always great to get some recognition from you guys, because you guys are our lifeblood and we appreciate you as well. So thank you guys so much. All right. One other thing too that I wanted to share, and that is my new video, Michael, Relic Wonderland. So if you want to see,
I thought you were opening up a theme park.
Yeah. It's like a theme park. It's a relic theme park, Michael. So guys, if you haven't seen my new video, go check it out. It's got some beautiful scenery. If you've never been to South Carolina and you've never seen the low country of South Carolina, just some beautiful scenery there. The old rice fields, you'll get to see those. The rice canals running all up through from the river. It's real pretty. And then, of course, you get to see me dig a whole bunch of relic, including that button that I just showed to you guys. So again, you'll see some other things as well, but go check out the video. It's up, Relic Wonderland. Also, too, if you want to be in for the giveaway tonight, you need to leave a comment over there right now. So flip over there to the video, leave a comment, and then we will do a drawing. But all you got to do is leave a comment on Relic Wonderland, the video, the XP Deus 2 video, and we can get you hooked up with a prize for tonight. We're going to give away a XP Deus 2 finds pouch tonight, Michael. What do you think about that?
I love mine. They're lightweight.
Yeah, I love
I use that one probably. I have a bigger one, but I use that one because it's so easy to grab that one to just go out the door.
Yeah, and again, thank you to XP for sending me these for our giveaway promotion. And go check out XP. You know, I know I've talked XP to death tonight, but just a great company. They got a lot of great things coming down the pipe, and I know you guys are all excited about that. Digging Dude says, take me to that place with the machine gun iron and we'll try the Nexus. That Nexus might do good in that iron, you know?
Yeah, it might.
Yeah, Digging Dude, I want to see more from that Nexus that you got. Single frequencies have always been, like I said, I love running the Deus with the single frequencies. And I've heard, this machine pretty much can go head to head with that in iron. The video link, Lance, you want me to put that up? I can do that real quick. We will put it up right now for sure. And you can leave a comment over there. And I put it up at the beginning of the show tonight. So go leave a comment over there and we're going to do our drawing. So there you go. There's the video link. I just posted it in the chat. Yes, it's a beautiful place. When I go out there, I just feel, it's just, it's like you're in your zen, I guess is the word that I like to use. And it's so peaceful and quiet, nobody around. And I can just get lost out there for hours. Can I, Michael? It's a pretty place, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful place.
Yes. Thank you so much, Aggie, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And by the way, any donations, super chat, super thanks, always appreciated. And those donations go straight back into the channel. We buy cameras, we buy gear, we buy all kinds of things to bring you guys what we do. And of course, the live stream, we do pay money for this live stream as well. So, and we ship stuff to you guys as well, when we do these giveaways. So any of those donations are always greatly appreciated. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Lance. Appreciate you doing that. So again, we're going to give these guys a few minutes, Michael, and then we will do our drawing. Michael, you want to share anything while we're waiting on everybody to go over to the video and leave a comment?
I'm just ready to get out of the house, whether it be hunting or relic hunting. A deer hunting or relic hunting. It's been.
Yeah, you'll take.
I know you were glad to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take anything. But hopefully we got some. I know we're gonna have some cooler weather. It's been warm here.
Yeah.
Warmer than it should be this time of year.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try to get somebody a prize tonight, Michael. So hopefully everybody, thank you, Digging Dude. We appreciate you, buddy, so much, and thank you for being a part of our channel. You're always welcome here, and we love hearing your inside information. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny Bottles. We appreciate you too, buddy. Sheba Doll saying good job while raising his thumbs up. Thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you, guys. And again, all of the donations go straight back to pay for our live stream, pay for cameras, pay for shipping on some of our giveaways. We are trying to work on a big giveaway right before Christmas. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. Check out all of our content while we're waiting. Also, too, if you don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, go check those out as well. We're everywhere. So yeah, go check out some of those too. Help us out. That's always a great thing as well. Michael, Workman's Adventure says, Michael, the Bucks are chasing here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I watched one this morning. They're chasing here too, chasing the doe this morning, behind the house. So.
Yeah. Edward G says, I'll be glad when I can dig deeper than 3 or 4 inches in the dirt here. It's so dry. The ground is like concrete. Well, we hope you get some rain real soon.
Yeah.
Yes. John Arlette says, looks like 36 comments there so far. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Yeah, go leave a couple of comments over there and increase your chances for getting in. Hey, by the way, Relics and Rings shirts are awesome. I bought 2. And I hadn't seen Relics and Rings on here tonight.
No, I haven't either. Maybe he might be busy doing something.
Right. Well, we got some other stuff coming from him too. So check out Relics and Rings. Let me put his up real quick because I know he's probably forgot or didn't realize we were doing one tonight. Guys, if you are looking for a shirt or some really cool hats, Relics and Rings, Andrew's Gearbox. This is just one of his with the American flag. It says Treasure Hunter on the front. He's got all kinds of really cool shirts, hats as well, metal detecting hats. If you're looking for any of that kind of stuff, go check out Relics and Rings. It's called Andrew's Gearbox, and he can get you hooked up with some of that stuff. And we'll be doing another giveaway from him coming up in the near future as well. So definitely check out Andrew's Gearbox and get yourself hooked up with some shirts and hats and all kind of stuff for your next relic adventure. So let's do that. Edward G says he had an 8-pointer chase 2 does 20 yards from me through my backyard yesterday. Dang, Edward.
Yeah, they're on the move.
Yeah. Rick Robinson says that it's raining here. My triple score arrives Wednesday. Good thing it's waterproof. Yeah, triple score is a great machine too, Rick. We've got one, used it on a couple of our relic sites. It performs really well and got a lot of great features. And for the price, you can't beat that machine. So, yeah, triple score, a good one for sure. Waterproof as well. Let's see here. Zapper says, I seen a herd of 30 today. Some nice bucks too. Wow. Yeah. When the Key Day Kid says, when the ground is like concrete, a pick is great. Yes. I'm glad to see him on here. Go check out Excalibur's shovels too from the Key Day Kid. Great shovel. I've got one of those shovels. Michael's got one. Super shovels. Key Date Kid to get you hooked up. Casey is awesome to work with. He can customize those shovels for you. So check out Excalibur shovels, and we appreciate Key Date Kid being on here tonight with us as well. Yes, hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome and amazing, and we are always super glad to be with you guys on a Monday night, Sunday night, Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night of the weekend it is. We have a good time hanging out with you guys and talking some metal detecting talk. All right, Michael. It's about time to do this drawing. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Most people should have had time to go in there and comment. I
hope they did. I hope they did. So we're gonna share that screen, and we're gonna go with the anything goes. So anybody that left a comment on there will get picked. If you're not on here though, you can't win, and we'll redraw. So again, We appreciate each and every one of you as well. And it's loaded, and we have 36 comments on the video, and we are going to pick a winner. Michael, who you think the winner is going to be tonight?
I don't know. We got 53 people on here. It's hard to pick.
Somebody didn't get in. We got 57 right now, Michael. Somebody didn't
Or
get
57,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, somebody didn't get in. Yes. So check out Casey at Excalibur Shovels. Check out Andrew at Andrew's Gearbox, Relics and Rings. Check him out. Check out Joel if you're looking for that Manicore. You're looking for a machine for Christmas. Go check Joel out as well at Metal Detecting, Buy, Sell, and Trade. We'll put up all those things in just a few minutes. If you win tonight, you must send me an email in order to get your prize with your address so I can ship it to you. So definitely do that. Thank you, everybody tonight that gave a donation to the channel. We appreciate that. Johnny Bottles, Digging Dude, we appreciate you guys. Of course, Aggie Hall. Aggie, appreciate you guys doing that. Again, that helps pay for shipping, helps pay for the channel, and so on. So we are going to pick a winner from our drawing, Michael, from our comments. So let's see who the lucky person is going to be tonight, Michael. So here we go. We are picking our winner. Michael, you got in on
Well, I commented. Can you do it again? Do it again.
Michael, what are you doing? All right, let's Michael's off the chart. Michael left a comment because he's a nice guy. So let's draw again. So Michael, I can get Michael a pouch anytime. So here we go. Let's go. Look who it is. Johnny Bottle, 2344. Congratulations, Johnny. And Johnny,
you still on here, Johnny?
He must have known he was going to win tonight.
Yeah.
Johnny, send me your address. Johnny Bottles. Congratulations, Johnny. Yes. Digging Dude says give him the knife. Didn't I gave him his knife. He got his knife.
I got it. Yeah, I did get my knife.
He got his knife. Congratulations to Johnny Bottles. So we appreciate Johnny as well. That's awesome. Key Date Kid.
There he is. He's on here, Johnny.
Yeah, he's on here. He's excited too, I know. So Johnny, let's stop sharing this screen. Congratulations to Johnny Bottles. Congratulations. And Johnny, you need to send me your address at sransc@gmail.com. And we'll get you hooked up, Johnny, with your XP Finders pouch. So again, a couple of things before we get off here, Michael. Just one more time, we're going to share a few of our loyal sponsors. Metal Detecting, Buy, Sell, and Trade. Mr. Joel, check him out if you haven't already. Anything you're looking for metal detecting related, Joel can get you hooked up with that. And then also Mr. Relics and Rings, Andrew's Gearbox. If you're looking for a hat, shirt, any of those types of things for your next adventure, he can get you hooked up as well. So we're sharing those. And then I've got to make one for Casey, but the Key Date Kid, Mr. Casey at Excalibur Shovels, go check him out too. He's a super nice guy to deal with, can get you one of those customized shovels. He can get you hooked up with that as well. So thank you to all of those guys for being on here and being a part of our show. We appreciate you and look forward to all of your great products and things that you guys got going on in the near future. So, Michael, that's a wrap for tonight.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, guys, please go over there and check out my new video. I appreciate it. Again, trying to get my YouTube algorithm going a little bit more as I've been under the weather with my knees. So I haven't been able to put out as much content. but any help from you guys is always greatly appreciated. And hopefully, as this knee begins to heal up, I'm hoping to get out. I'm hoping to get out with Michael, hoping to get out with Dan. So all of us should be, as this weather begins to cool too, should be a great time moving forward into December and January to go find some great and amazing relics and artifacts. So again, we appreciate you guys. Thank you to XP for the finder's pouches to give away tonight on tonight's show. Thank you to all you guys that did the donations for the channel and for the shipping. So again, thank you guys for that. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your week. If you're working, I'm sorry, but hope you have a good work week. And the weekend's getting closer. That's the only thing I can say. And hopefully all of you get a chance to get
Thanksgiving holidays coming up. So
yeah, Thanksgiving holidays. Yes. Thank you, Johnny. We appreciate you guys. A lot of them saying great show tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. And again, go watch that video. I see some of you. Thank you, Digging Dude. I appreciate you being in here as well. So again, Fly Rock Joel says Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all our veterans. We appreciate your service. Thank you guys so much. We've got an awesome group in here, and you guys are amazing. Thank you to all the veterans on here tonight. Edward G says, and Surfside Dan says, hey ZZ. All right, Michael. Anything else you want to say before we leave? It's that time.
Have a good night, everybody, and
yes.
I'm gonna take some NyQuil and go to bed.
I know. Go watch some Monday Night Football and go to bed.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Zapper. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being on here and a great support of the channel. All of you are awesome and amazing, and we appreciate your support. And we will catch you guys real soon on our next adventure. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see y'all soon. And